Hey cigar lovers, and thanks for stopping by the Cigar Vixen channel. I'm Delicia, and today I'm going to be smoking this little Romeo y Julieta. This is a little buddy. This is a Coronitas en Cedro, which literally translates to a little Corona in cedar. So a little bit different looking cigar. This is a Cuban. I had the opportunity to visit Canada recently in the Niagara Falls area for a really cool event, and visited a cigar shop there called Cigar Experience, and it was a lot of fun. Great selection, beautiful humidor, and I picked up quite a few Cubans, a handful of which were gifted to me by some very generous cigar fans in Canada. So special shout out to the guys in Niagara Falls. Thank you so much again for having me at the event and being super generous and friendly. I had a great time. So I'm coming back and I'm smoking just this little one because today I don't have a huge open window to sit down and enjoy, a fuller size cigar. So I'm just going with this little guy, which is actually a really value priced Cuban cigar. It's pretty small, probably about maybe in the $5 range or so. And so again, just gonna go ahead and get this little guy lit up and do kind of a quick review of it. This is all, of course, it's a Cuban, made in Cuba. All the tobacco is Cuban. And there's not a whole lot to say about that, other than, again, it comes in this little piece of cedar. The band is actually around the outside of it instead of on the cigar itself, so it just slides right out. And the cigar itself is nothing special to look at. This one has probably been sitting in that humidor for a while. It looks like there's a little bit of plume that's on there, which is always a beautiful thing. Not a lot of oil sheen to it. Visible veins, but still very clean. A triple cap on the top. Of course, it smells predominantly cedar from that little sleeve that it was resting in. Yeah, not a lot of aroma coming off the foot. Just your basic tobacco type of smell. Yeah, you get a little bit of kind of an earthy, a little undertone of a woodsiness to it, but it's very muted, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this little baby up. But this place that I visited, it was my first time, seeing Niagara Falls, and it was really breathtaking. It was a little bit cold, but not unbearable by any means. It just had a, heavier coat on. But it was a really, really nice place to visit. Very nice. So there's a hint of kind of a white pepper. You pick up a stronger note of the pepper through the retrohale. A little bit of a light woodsy character, a little bit of cedar, and just a little hit of that pepper that's just kind of hanging out. But there's nothing remarkably, sweet. There's actually no sweetness at this point. Just kind of woodsy, got that cedar note, a little bit of pepper, and that's kind of the profile at the beginning of this that hits you. But this is actually the perfect size to smoke when you're in the colder weather. Like I mentioned when I was there visiting, it was pretty chilly, especially for me because I'm used to, being in Southern California. I'm spoiled. So anything under like 70 degrees, I'm cold. But the event itself was a little chilly, and it's different in that area of Canada. You're actually not allowed to smoke indoors at all. So that was very different for me going out to a cigar event where it's, you know, half and half. It's split between the inside and the outside. I've gone to a couple that are like that, you know, here locally, that perhaps is at a venue that doesn't allow cigar smoking, but this is actually, it was across the street from the cigar shop, and the cigar shop itself, you still can't smoke indoors. So that was very different to see that. But I have to hand it to the Canadians, because that did not stop them. These guys were out there. We were all smoking. We were kind of huddled. It was a little bit chilly, like I mentioned, but it was still a lot of fun. You know, it's nice to get that camaraderie. And it was very interesting for me to walk into a humidor like that and see such a large selection of Cuban cigars and a, you know, mixture of Nicaraguan and Dominican, kind of all, you know, in the same place. It was really cool. But just a really fun group of people, very hospitable, super nice. Just had a really great time. So anywho, I'm gonna smoke this down a little bit more and check back in with you for the second third. So a nice little cloud of smoke you can see on this baby. I skipped my traditional format of doing, you know, first, second, and last third of this cigar, only because the second third, there wasn't really any change to report. It wasn't until I got past the halfway point that the cigar started to change the flavor profile from that initial first third. So this last, I guess you could say the second half of the cigar, it picked up quite a bit more of the pepper, really more of a black pepper. It got stronger than that initial first part of it, as well as a nice little mocha hint. And there's a little tiny bit of kind of a coffee, again, not your traditional, you know, strong kind of coffee flavor notes that you get from, you know, more like Nicaraguan or even sometimes Dominican tobaccos. This is very subtle, but you still get a little hint of it. But it's been a very smooth and easy cigar to smoke. There's a hint of kind of a leathery essence to it as well. And overall, just, you know, very good. It's not great. It's definitely not one of the more higher end Cuban cigars or anything extremely special, but it's still a good smoke. And especially for the price point, which let me correct myself from that beginning one where I said it was around the $5 range. Something with the whole conversion rate and all that, it kind of threw me off. This is going to be in the range of about anywhere from $10 to $12. So it's still very inexpensive, but it's just a good, you know, it's a good smoke, and it's something that you can enjoy it without spending a ton of time. It's kind of more of, if you have just a little, maybe 40 minutes or so to hang out, even less, maybe 35 minutes to smoke it, depending on how fast, of course, that you like to smoke your cigars. But still very enjoyable, good flavors, nothing that was extremely special, but just, again, nice, consistent, and good flavor to it. So as always, I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more special Cuban cigar reviews that are going to be coming out of, again, that shop that I visited, the Cigar Experience in Canada. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.